My apologies, as those you must have realized that in the recent past, my ability to communicate with you have always been hampered. There has been deliberate interruption in my communication, but whether we are in a bunker, we are locked up in jail, and where we are, we're going to communicate the truth, defend the interests of the Amazonian people. I hope you understand. My fellow people, we are a people under occupation. As we declare Dublin, the Amazonian people are endangered species, and it is a shame that the United Nations will ask Cameroon to investigate its own atrocities. It is a shame that international institutions are incapable, after Rwandan genocide, after 6 million Jews were killed in the Second World War, to invoke international institutions and hold Cameroon accountable for the genocide that it is against our people. It is a shame that the international system will ask the Amazonian people, who are struggling for their survival and existence, to investigate crimes committed in its own territory under the occupation of Cameroon. It's absurd to understand that the people are outgunned, outnumbered, and out-resourced, being played in moral equivalence with a part to international communities. I understand our shock and awe. An Amazonian citizen is brutally murdered by those who are supposed to protect them. Call upon you to understand the conditions under which our forces operate. Harsh conditions of brutality, infiltration by proxy forces of Cameroon, keeping our forces constantly on tiptoe stance. You must understand the conditions under which our fighters operate. For 3.5 years, they have faced the barrage of the forces' occupation, using discriminate force on our cities, our villages, and our neighborhoods. You have to understand, for 3.5 years, these brave men and women, poorly armed, poorly equipped only with their courage and tenacity to liberate our homeland, have fought on every neighborhood and every block to defend independence that was restored, to defend the territorial integrity of our country, to protect our civilian population without pay, without thanks. It is a shame that with the responsibility to protect, and the Secretary General of the United Nations having powers to take responsibility in the face of genocide and threat on the existence of our people, is unable for 3.5 years to protect the Amazonian civilian population. To gain men's forces on difficult circumstances, indicting them while allowing an army racially organized to carry out acts of genocide, massacres, and never held accountable. We are the ones, despite not being signatories to national conventions, we are the ones responsible. We are the ones with a clearly defined code of conduct that protect the individual rights, liberties, not only of our people, but of Cameroonians and other foreigners living within our territory. We are the ones who upheld and still continue to uphold the right of everyone within our territory to exist. We are the ones who protect our villages from the incursion and brutality of the forces of occupation. The United Nations, the African Union, have a responsibility in the face of genocide against our people, to invoke the responsibility to protect, to invoke relevant international instruments, including the system of justice under the ICC, to hold Cameroon accountable for acts of aggression and genocide. The failure of the international system to invoke these obligations have left the Amazonian people no choice than to arm themselves to protect their people and to protect their right to life with dignity. My people, we must continue under these circumstances to conduct ourselves with a high sense of integrity and sense of respect for the sanctity of human life. All those who have committed infraction out of conduct be applied, they will be rehabilitated and redeployed to defend the integrity of our homeland. Cameroon's proxy forces infiltrated within our war of liberation must be held accountable. They receive direct orders from Yaoundé. All proxy elements, enablers, and infiltrators continue to battle for Cameroon, uphold its degenerative policies of brutality within our homeland, must be held accountable for conspiracy in the face of genocide and collaboration. We are a people under attack. We are a people whose survival depends solely on our massive mobilization internationally and the sacrifices of our men and women, Mondays, and our defense forces 24/7 to defend our freedom, our territorial integrity, and our homeland. I want you to know this is a just cause. You must adopt an attitude of die or live free. We have not attacked Cameroon. We didn't want Cameroon. But let Cameroon understand its desperation manifested shooting of already dead comrades. Desperation manifested in the burning of villages. Its act of atrocities, wanton destruction of our property, will not make us to blink. Desperation will not push Amazons to surrender their right to under the sun. We fought for 1 year counting. Be prepared to fight until the last forces of Cameroon evacuate from our country. You must remain committed. You must remain steadfast in the face of brutality. You must conduct yourself like people who want to take charge of their destiny, like people who want to institute a system better one you are escaping. You must conduct yourself with respect, sanctity of your life, the protection of dignity of the individual, the protection of our women, our children, and the vulnerable. Also with the determination to fight all those who oppose you, conspire against you, collaborate against you, enable the colonization of your homeland, the destruction of towns and villages, and the attack on integrity of Amazon people. This is our country. This is our own space in this world. To live in peace, put in place a system that protects us as people, gives us the opportunity to live with dignity and courage. Thank you for your sacrifices. I want to thank our people for their continuous respect of the ground on Mondays. That is the only way to demonstrate our collective sacrifice and say thank you to all those who lost their lives and those who lost their liberty in the defense of our country, our freedoms, and our way of life. Cameroon is not the alternative. Cameroon is not a system to be envious of. Cameroon is a brutal occupier whose mandate within our country must be brought to a speedy end. We can have the opportunity to institute a system based on consent and accountable to our own legislation and our own legislative powers. My people, you fought a just cause. You face more challenges going forward. Your villages will be burnt. Your citizens will be killed. Those who were patriots yesterday will be bribed to join the occupier today. All of these temptations are made to make you to doubt the reasons that push you to the country. All of these reasons are made to shaking your resolve, question the wisdom behind your actions. Who free people across the globe have fought for your freedom without facing these challenges, without facing the conspiratory attitude of their own people, without facing infiltration within their own and the bribery of their own patriots and the need of spokespeople in their own countries. No who have fought for freedom have done so without asking themselves if this was a decision to make. The Children's Group for Freedom of the United States, other great patriots who for freedom war face monumental challenges. These challenges will make you a strong people tomorrow. What will make the generation that will inherit the freedom for which you bled know how to protect it. Know that it's worth fighting for. The blood that spilled in our country, it's not being spilled in all the powerful communities, all from spaces across the globe, watered by a lot of great patriots, brave men and women, who set no face of terror, who rose to the same that their forebears would, who in the time of challenge like we face today, set themselves when they look forward and saw the freedom banner, that we are going back and walk the bodies of all brave men who have fallen for us, to restore status quo and live under an oppressive system that has no right to our own existentiality. All brave people who are martyred for a daunting challenge in the dark of night question themselves in the doubt actions. But theory brave across time and space has not been about those who gave up. It has been about those who never beat. Some generations come to lay the foundation. Others come to play the work. We have a responsibility under this sun, in the face of pain of our people, the sin of all those in jail, to complete this mission and usher in a new dawn for your country. It's difficult, I understand, but it's possible. Just reason over homeland, nor betrayal, nor atrocity, genocide will stop this generation from evicting from our own space a landlord that was never obeyed, an international system that has remained silent in the face of crimes against our people, abdicated their own responsibility. We stand as one people. We will prevail over dark forces, dark cloud that hover across our own space. God bless you all. Azonia is you. Bless our home. Aluta Tunia. Victory is certain.